Hi, how is everyone? Good evening. I'm Mary Amy, and this is Living in the Light. And I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to your true potential, and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. Well, here we are. It's January 31st. We're about to have the new beginning of the next month, which is February 1st tomorrow. And how is everyone? I'm coming to you live from New York. It's 7 p.m. Now, I always ask you, did you have any dreams last night? And what's your intention? Do you have a good intention, which is a commitment to do your best? And your thoughts are very powerful. If you could imagine them before you, if you were attached to something that printed out all of your thoughts every single moment of the day, what would they be? Because it's imperative that they're positive because they're powerful. Our thoughts can create outcomes. It can change outcomes. So this evening, tonight, we are covering topics like super AI, artificial intelligence, a robot, a machine that is super powerful, energy, vibrational healing, divine intervention. Of course, I'll touch on angels and psychic phenomenon. Now, did you have any dreams? I've been sharing with you all about light codes. And if you've ascended, if you're awakened, you're a being of light like I am that's awakened, and you've awakened to a higher consciousness, there's another reality out there. You're coming from a place more of being aware. You're coming from a place of expanding your consciousness. And what does that entail exactly? Well, there's some basic techniques and methods. One of which is, we spoke about that last night. We did a little mini meditation. It's all about coming from a place of calmness, lowering your heart rate, your blood pressure. And when you do that, when you meditate or you calm down your breathing, you tune inward and you just focus on your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And that's it. That's really what meditation is. And we also did some guided imagery. And then we're taking you through to a portal. Today's the beginning of the rest of your life. When I was a kid, I had some relatives and they always said, forget about yesterday. Every day you wake up, you brush yourself off, and you start again and you move forward. And that's what I'm telling you to do. Regardless of how things are going, we can create a new beginning every single day we wake up. You can go down and see a sunrise, or you can end the day with a sunset, and it can touch your heart and it can crack open your heart and you can have hope. Like I say, light on the horizon, which is I would have these dreams, and these dreams were very powerful for me. And there would be this rectangle window, and I'd walk up to the window and I'd look out, and it would be light on the horizon. It would be a sunrise, which means a difficult situation will improve beyond your vision, beyond what you can see. It's like walking up to a corner. You walk up out on the street and you're headed down one avenue and you make a right or you make a left and you're turning a corner. And when you turn the corner, you realize something great, something extraordinary can happen beyond your view. And that's what's happening for us together. We are creating higher consciousness. We are living in the light in this moment. We're having gratitude for right now. We realize, you know what? Things aren't that bad. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm breathing. I have so much within me. You have so much within your vessel. You're a highly advanced being of light. You're sacred being of light. Now, I've been having these light codes that come through. I don't know if you have. And what they are, well, anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Maybe they look like something like this, except they're colored. And I've been receiving like blue colored light codes. Maybe it comes through a vision. You have a vision. It might be an angelic being, an entity, an extraterrestrial. Maybe it's a view of your future. Something good is about to happen. Because these light codes are actually ancient healing codes. And they are changing your identity and your being. They are bringing you forward to the best version of you. You have a DNA blueprint within you, and these light codes are activating that DNA. Are you going to feel like normal? No, you're not. You're going to start to realize, something's changed within me. I can't quite put my finger on it. In fact, I don't even feel like myself. My personality is getting a little bit bigger. I'm feeling a little bit, I guess, more expansive, more powerful, someone that I haven't been for a long time. Maybe you're realizing characteristics that you had as a child. So how does this happen? How does all of this DNA blueprint get activated? Well, maybe you've been awakened. Maybe you've had a Kundalini awakening, a mystical experience. And how does that come through? Well, maybe your third eye's been activated. How do you activate your third eye? You might do that with gemstone. Maybe you take a polished gemstone or some raw gemstones, some raw gems, minerals, and you place them on your third eye, which is the space between your eyebrows, a little within your forehead. Maybe you go spend so much time in nature that you become one with nature, with the elements of nature, the water, the air, the earth, the fire, the sun. You might be meditating. You might spend a lot of time meditating, or you might just have divine intervention. We're going to get into divine intervention. All of these are possible. Hi, Bob Harding. I have a notebook full of these symbols. It's nice to know I'm not uniquely crazy. No, you're not. Here's one. I don't know if this is identical to that one. I actually have the same two printouts. But you are going to sense it. You're going to know it's a little bit strange. Something strange is going on, but it's really not. These are the signs. These are the steps to becoming enlightened, to becoming more with the light. And Angie says, hello, watching these well. Glad to see you catch this evening. How are you doing? I love how you do printouts. Well, you know what it is? I print something out because I'm a very visual person. And sometimes people learn, or they have more of a recollection if they see something physical like this. And that's how I am. I'm a very visual person. And when you put what I'm saying with the picture, maybe you can identify it a little bit more, because how am I going to describe this? I'm not going to be able to describe it. I mean, I know we can listen through sound, we can hear on the radio, and you can only take you so far. So I appreciate that. Appreciate you saying that, Angie. I'm so glad to hear from you, from my Georgia Peach, from Better Than a Cell Phone Full of Screenshots. Yes, exactly. Well, anyone who's joining us, here we are together. And what are we doing? We're embarking on a journey. This is our personal journey to happiness, to serenity, to a higher consciousness. And we are expanding our consciousness, and we are doing that through basically kind of jarring ourselves and awakening all of our senses. And that's why we do some clairsense work, some psychic phenomenon. Now here I am, and what am I here for? I'm here to give suggestions. Maybe there's suggestions for healing methods or techniques, and maybe there's some suggestions about topics that we're going through. So let's get right into it. Super AI. And I've been hearing quite a lot about AI, artificial intelligence, lately. I don't know if you have, because there are some of these topics that are going through, social media, through our physical reality. Maybe in your community, you're hearing about AI, and we've heard AI. And, we know AI as being computers. We know that we have been basically living by computers now. And we think, oh, this is so highly advanced, these computers and these cell phones and these satellites. No, not really. They have so much more advancement. They're just not sharing it. This is the least. This is like the bottom. This is like we are pioneers, or we're in medieval times with what we know. They're not sharing everything with us. And who am I saying when I say they? Sounds so very secretive, doesn't it? Like I'm telling a secret. Well, it kind of is the secret government. We know that there is a, not, I guess you could say underground, it's a secret government. And it's these branches of the government that we have, that we've been accustomed to, the FBI, the CIA, the secret this, the secret that. They know so much more, but they're sharing with us about this super AI. And I know if it's out there, that means it's already done. It's already happened. And there's that Elon Musk, and I know that that's part of his agenda. And all of this can be used in a positive way, and it can be used in a negative way. I truly am someone who's I'm all about organic. I'm all about what's going on here. And I've shared with you, you have the gold within you. All of this AI is really artificial and man-made, but I still wanted to get into this so I have a little bit more knowledge for myself. And maybe if you haven't looked into it, I'll share some with you, because I do a little bit of research to find out. And I have that human lie detector test within me. So if I hear a lie come out of someone's mouth, or I read something, I say, no. And I keep going till I get what I trust to be and I sense is authentic and true information. Oh, hey, Craig. Hi, Mary. I've not seen yesterday's show. We'll catch it. It'll be tonight. Great energy as well. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing that. Thank you so much, Craig. Yes, you know what, Craig? I've decided that not only am I going to be discussing these topics, but I'm really going to go down the rabbit hole and really share with you ways to heal. You know, those med beds and that kind of thing. And I've kind of decided that it's imperative, it's urgent for all of us to have awareness to healing modalities and healing ways that we can actually gain understanding and improve us right now in the here and now, because what's happening? I don't know what's going on out there. And so am I rushing to the finish line? Not really. What I'm trying to do is in the moment, in real time, gain an understanding. So I'm always ahead of the game. And I am watching until the very moment I go to sleep as much as I can from other truth seekers. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Neither are you. I'm not a rebel, the rebels that create havoc out there. Oh, no, I'm not. Heck no. I am a dark horse like you are, the least likely candidate to win the race. And that's what we are. And we are gaining access. So super AI, what exactly is that? It's an advanced and powerful super artificial intelligence. It's capable of surpassing human intelligence. Now, this is what I'm a little concerned about. Not a lot. I'm not trying to evoke fear, because what does fear do? Fear really causes us stress to our nervous system. No fear. We are fearless beings of light. We say, our mantra is, I am powerful, I am brave, I'm courageous, I am safe, and I am fearless, and you are fearless. Because really, when we found out about our frequency, raising our vibration, what did we discover last week? We discovered 1,000 up here, 1,000. If we want to vibrate faster, if we want to have a higher consciousness, a higher vibration, a higher frequency, we want to come from love. We want to come from joy. And guess what fear was? 20. It's the lowest. That's how all the negative energy can get at you if you have fear. So no fear. When I'm talking about super AI, I'm sharing with you an understanding of what's going on so you can have awareness, you can stand back, you can have discernment, you have enough information to make a decision, and you can observe and you can say, you know what? Not so keen on the brain chips, not so keen on the chips in the arms and the ID. Oh no, we don't want to be artificial. We don't want to be man-made. Why is that? Because we have everything within us. It's just coming online now. We're just discovering that everything's within us. We never practiced any of this clairsense work. So human intelligence. Now, what are they saying? Is it capable of surpassing human intelligence and manifesting cognitive skills and developing thinking skills? They're saying it's possible. Now, is it self-aware? Is the AI, the artificial intelligence, going to be aware, self-aware? Think of abstractions. Humans cannot replicate human behavioral intelligence. It really can't. Does it have an understanding to interpret behavioral intelligence and interpret human emotions, develop emotional understanding, beliefs, ideas of its own? Well, they're saying that maybe it can. I had a fear yesterday of crying. Today I've been working on reversing all that damage. That's good. Good for you. Yes, Craig. Hey, Angie. Hey, Craig. Hey, Bob Harding. Thanks for everyone joining us tonight. You guys are wonderful. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're really saying, I'm hearing, and I've been discovering, is there this superhuman already, not superhuman, but this super AI that is imposing and putting power over us? I've been hearing that from some YouTubers, and I'm just putting this out there. Is it already out there? So the first AI program was in 1951, and it was by Christopher Stackery from the University of Oxford, and allegedly accelerated progress, research, discovery, and development. Now, what are the threats of the AI? What are the threats? The threats are of loss of control, weaponization, a super AI. So basically the AI, so this is my concern. Those that are in power are pushing this agenda of this super AI. Now, I don't know if they're still in power, because here we have the white hats. Have the white hats taken over? Are the white hats in power? Are the black hats in power? Obviously, good and evil. White hats good, black hats evil. Do I know this myself? I always say I have to see it myself. So I'm just sharing information. So is the AI, the super AI, a threat to us? Because will we lose control? Will the AI have power over us? Because if a machine's in power, does it have ethics? Can it weaponize? Can it take all of our weapons and be in power of turning them off and on? Is there a danger of attacks? Is it malevolent? Is there failure for it to align with humans? These are all the concerns of a super AI. And so it would be, I guess you could say, a robot. Would it be this masterful computer? Now, I know we've heard, or we know that BlackRock is run by a super AI, and it makes decisions based on this AI. So it's not really that far out. So I decided to find out a little bit more about some of the, I guess, beginning phases of this AI. And it came back from this man. His name is Turing, and there was something called the Turing test, a definition of intelligence. And it was in the 1950s, and it was known as Can You Think? So they were trying to distinguish whether or not this was a good idea based on the Turing test, because the Turing test was developed to decide whether or not an AI can act as a human. And this comes under ethical, this comes under emotional, because humans, the human factor is we make decisions based on an emotional capacity, which an artificial intelligence doesn't have that, because it doesn't have human emotions. So there's computers and technology quizzes, and I looked into that as well. So I'm going to share with you some of the Turing test. So behavior test, it was a behavior test for the presence of mind to use words and perhaps to act in just a way a human would. And this Turing test, what they did was they decided to put an AI in one room and a human in another, and there was an interrogator. And the interrogator was asking the robot, the AI, one question, and the human another. Now, could the interrogator realize which is the human and which is the robot based on the line of questioning? The interrogator is in a room separated from the person and the machine, and the object is given for the interrogator to determine which is the person and which is the AI, which is the robot. So the labels of X and Y, and they put questions to both. And so it's basically the argument of consciousness. And does an AI feel pleasure? Does an AI feel the success or grief? No. And so this is basically what I believe is why we shouldn't have a super AI, because they're not going to be able to come from the perspective of a human. It's very complex behavior, a human. Now, an AI is now aiming to have intellectual abilities and manifest human levels of intelligence. I don't believe that that's possible. That's my perspective. They're also going on to say, will an AI have a soul? I mean, this is getting a little bit ethical to me. It's getting a little bit why I don't believe in man-made. I don't believe in artificial intelligence. Now, that's my perspective. I've shared with you. I'm giving you information so you have an understanding. So the first AI was in 1951. Here we are in 2023. That's been quite a bit of time that's passed by. So what has really happened out there that we're not able to be aware of? I'm sure there already is a super AI. And is there a super AI that's been living and breathing, or living and I guess existing in another Milky Way in the galaxy? I don't know. All of this is put out there for us, and we're kind of just figuring out. Hey, Alexandra Morel. So also one more thing I want to say is there was what's called Nouvelle AI from AI Laboratory MIT. And this was by Australian Rodney Brooks in the 1980s. And he believes that AIs can have a human level performance. So there are those out there. There's what's called the Computer and Technology Quiz. What was the name of the first controversial software surveillance system? This was interesting, by the FBI. Does anyone know? I read, and it was called in 2002, Carnivore. Go figure. And another question was, when was the first text message? In 1992. So this is some AI information. This is some information related to our computers. The name of the first digital file format was in 1987. Anyone out there have the answer? Bing, bing, bing. To the size of an image is called the GIF, the GIF, in 1987. When was the first microprocessor? In 1971. Does anyone have the answer to that? 1971. Wow, I was a kid back then. The Intel 4004. So there's some information related to computers, related to the super AI. You can make your own decisions, whatever you think. And we're just putting the information out there. Super AI, not a fan. I'm not a fan of the super AI. And you know what? When the solar flash comes, all of it's going to be knocked out. Our computers and probably the AI, and maybe we won't even be able to drive cars anymore. We're going to have to expand our awareness. We're going to have to come from a higher consciousness. And that's what we're going to do together. We're going through the portal. We're entering the gateway. We are going to reach our destiny together. And I say, if you could imagine your destiny in front of you, in the palm of your hand, you closed your eyes, what would your destiny be? And you want to sense it. You want to tune into all of your senses when you imagine your destiny. Can you go to joy when you imagine your destiny? Because if you can, you're able to attain your destiny. Do you know that? You can attain your destiny. We want to visualize it. We want to have all the emotions, all the feelings, all of our clear senses tuned in. What are you sensing? What is it exactly that you want for your future? If you could have it right now, that's how you're going to create it. You're going to create it through your thoughts. Only you really care. Do you think anyone out there really cares if you get your destiny? No, why? Because most everyone is concerned about their life, their journey, their serenity, their success. So it's really for you. It's only you. Only you care. I mean, maybe a mom cares about a baby and how their child, what happens for their child, but really that's really the only person that cares about another's destiny. So let's get to our own destiny. Let's get there. I care. You're a worthy being of light. Let's get there. How are we going to get there? We're going to get there through our thoughts, our words, and our actions. We're going to create them. We are going to access our future together. In fact, tonight, maybe we're going to do that for an exercise. We're going to have a premonition. Now, let's get on to energy because I sense that that's where we're headed with what I'm speaking about. We need to focus in and radiate love. We're going to radiate love. Now, last night we did an exercise. We tuned in through meditation and we were accessing all of ourselves and we were bringing light up through our being and beyond our physical vessel. So energy is the power or ability to achieve. Let me pull up a photo so that you kind of, here we go. There you go, Angie Tillman. Here we go. Look, that's us. Do you see us? And we want to radiate energy. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So we want to have power or ability to activate our potential. And we are doing that through our energy. Now, our energy is stored within us. We have energy within us. Are you accessing all of your energy? Are you? Do you feel run down by the end of the day? You're like, oh, I'm so tired. The matrix has exhausted me. I can't wait to get out of that matrix. Now, I don't mind my matrix job. However, I know there's so much more out there for me. Do you sense there's so much more out there for you? Now, are we accessing all? Now, here's all the chakras running through our body. Are we aware of all these chakras that we can access everything within us? And we've shared with you there's 7 on the inside and 5 on the outside. There's a chakra 12 inches below your feet. That's the earth chakra. That's 0. And then it runs all the way up, all the way up. You got all the way up to the universal, the galactic. You've got the divine chakra. There's a lot going on within you. Did you know that until now? Maybe not. Why? Because in school they didn't share this. What were they sharing in school that was so vital that we needed to know? Well, they kept us programmed, that's for sure. And so here I am sharing with you. I'm sharing with you your energy is very important. So there's 5 levels of human energy. The first level is the physical body. Your weight, your shape, volume, your reflection in a mirror. That's your physical body. The person's aura, which is outside of your body. When I do a reading, when I read someone, I'm reading their aura, I'm reading their energy field. In your energy field, beyond your body, is stored your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual characteristics. So when I do a reading and I see through my third eye, I receive the information. You have that information. So you have, through your clear senses, you can see your third, your second, your third, your fifth layers, maybe your sense of touch, your sound, through clairvoyance. If you've accessed your mind's eye, if you've activated it, we're all trying to activate our third eye. You know, we've closed our eyes and we've imagined that there's a portal right here. We want to tune in. We want to activate our clairvoyance. We all want to activate it. So in your human energy field are all your characteristics. Now you have physical energy, your physical cells, your flesh, your skin, your bones, your organs, your blood. And you have your etheric energy, ether, a layer of your energy. It's a quarter to a half inch from your physical body. There's a lot to you, more than you realize. And you can access all of this. The more that you close your eyes and you just you try to tune into all of the energy, all the vibrations that you have, the frequency you have. It's basically about letting go of what you're thinking. We're not really challenging or bringing forward our thoughts. We're tuning into all of our senses. And that's really what we want to be doing here, because there's more information than you realize that you can access. Like I say, when you go into a room, stand back and be an observer of all the energy. Now, how do you know the energy? When you say, Mary, I don't know how to access energy. I don't even know what you're talking about. You're doing that through your senses. So maybe you're seeing it through your third eye. Maybe you feel it. Maybe you're a feeler. Maybe you're empathic like I am, and you sense energy. My daughter says I give off silver energy. So your daughter can see maybe auras. Maybe you have an aura. I've met those out there. Maybe you are someone who can sense auras, and you say, oh, you have a pink aura, or you have a blue aura, you have a lavender aura, or a purple aura, whatever it may be, because each of your colors means something. And when maybe we close our eyes when we want, maybe we're someone that doesn't want to have our eyes open because we feel so much or we sense more. For me, I can hear more now because I've tuned into my clairaudience. You might be someone who receives information through sensations. So you have an emotional energy. It's centrally located where you're feeling your fears, you sense fears, you reside. You might become very emotional. You have a volatility. It might be high or low. You might be someone that is so tuned in without realizing, and you have been your whole life, that you really respond in a very emotional way. It might be very high or very low, and people say, oh, you're so dramatic. You're such a dramatic person. But really what it is you're very tuned into your emotional energy. And the more that you become acquainted with who you are and realize, the more you can be someone who is tailoring it to what you want. In other words, you become more controlled about your behavior. So if you're someone that has very strong emotional energy and you become volatile, or you have very highs and very lows, you can tailor that. You become aware. You say, oh, you know what? I know how to control that. And so I can use that. I can access that. And I can tune into others, or I can tune into situations. And you are more advanced than others. So everything that's within us can be an advantage or a disadvantage. My whole life, until I started accessing my clair senses and really tuned into it, it was at a disadvantage because I'd be crying. I would get very excited, or I'd get very sad, because I had all of these energies coming at me and also within me, and I didn't know how to access them or control them. So what I'm saying is, the more you become aware, then the more that this can work to your advantage. So just be aware. Now, if you're someone that is very emotional or very empathic, you want to imagine light around you so that you have boundaries. Because if you imagine white light around you, all of these emotions and vibrations and frequencies that are coming at you from others out in the physical reality can't harm you anymore. You can stand back and be aware. Now, I also say, imagine a visible line surrounding you, that you're not giving permission anyone to come into your space mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, without permission. You can also put your arm across your heart, because our emotions are from our heart. Our emotions are senses that we're receiving, and it's coming from our heart. So there's the mental energy we also have, where our belief systems are stored, thoughts are assimilated, and sorted, personal truths and perceptions. There's a lot to energy. So we want to realize there's 5 layers: physical energy, etheric energy, emotional energy, mental energy, and spiritual energy, which is our consciousness, our awareness, maybe your past lives, universal consciousness. And we are tuning into all of these together. Now, it's baby steps. You're not going to get all this at once. It's layers. And you know what? Sometimes this information just goes right on by us. Basically, someone's telling you out in the physical reality it can happen to you. For example, today, someone was sharing all of this information with me. And at first, I was getting it. I was attaining it. I was retaining it, I should say. And then after a while, it was too much. Maybe it'll be a delayed response and I'll receive it later, or maybe it's just I'm not ready to hear all of that information. And that might happen for you as well. You say, well, I got some of that, and that's what you needed to get today. So it's okay. I'm just sharing what I've discovered and what I've researched, and I thought that it was relevant for you. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And why am I sharing with you about energy? I'm going to get onto vibrational healing, which I find pretty exciting. I'm sharing with you about your energy because everything that we do requires energy, doesn't it? Our energy when we're sleeping, when we're awake, when we're eating, when we're doing activities. And at a very young age, I should say, when I got my speech therapy, because I had a speech problem until my late 20s, and I had a different voice, my speech coach used to say to me, and I held on to this, I would attack things because I said, I want to get to the end of this. I want to get a better voice. I really want this. And I had so much energy. She would say, hold on, save your energy. Use it sparingly. Place your energy with each activity as much as you need. Because at some point, we're going to run out of energy. In the beginning of our day, by the end of our day, we're tired. So I'm sharing this with you so that you save your energy. Now we have these 5 layers. You have your physical energy, so you're right. Maybe you're exercising. Then you have your etheric energy, which is tuning into another realm, isn't it? It's tuning into the ether, the layer of our energy body, a quarter to half an inch from our body, our aura, our emotional energy when we get excited. That's why you can be around someone and they tire you out, because you're utilizing your emotional energy. Then we have our mental energy. Maybe we need it for our job in the matrix. And our spiritual energy is basically having compassion and love. Angie says, everyone like and share. It will help Mary reach more. Thanks you for sharing that, Angie. You're going to make me cry for saying that. There's my emotional energy I'm using. I needed you. Thank you for saying that, Angie. Rah, rah for you. What I've learned, I'm going to get onto vibrational healing and then divine intervention and then psychic phenomenon. What I've learned is that we can heal ourselves through vibration. We can heal ourselves through frequency. And we also can heal ourselves by spending time on what's called a vibration machine. It's a vibration machine, and I'm going to get into this. It's called a vibration machine, which I will share with you. And I know that we've heard about Nikola Tesla, and we've heard about how vibration can be used to heal us. We know of sound healing. When we listen to certain sounds, if you put on certain music, it can be healing. If you listen to certain hertz frequencies, it sounds very soothing. Maybe you do go to a meditation group, or you go to a yoga class and you hear this very healing sounds. Maybe you have spent time having a sound bath with some singing bowls and they put the wand through around the bowl and you hear this sound and it's healing. Now, since I went to speech class, I was chanting. And so I believe that that's healed me because chanting is vibrational. So vibrational healing, there's two types. There's whole body and there's localized. And you can go and receive vibrational healing, which means if you have something in your system that is an ailment, an injury, and it might be physical, it might be mental, it might be trauma, they have these vibrational healing machines. And I'm looking into it for myself, and that's why I'm sharing it. Yes, keep soldering till we find an opening and it will come. And so there's whole body where you lay down and you stand, and I'm sharing this information with you because I want anyone to know about what's going to be the next thing that we're going to do. In this world, this new civilization that we're going to, we're going to be growing gardens. We're not going to be living in the matrix. We're going to be leaving our 9-to-5 jobs. We're going to be learning about telepathy, and we're going to be doing things like going for vibrational healing. Now, back in the days of Tartaria, they say this lost civilization of Tartaria, they had these humongous bells. Now, why did they have these bells out there in Tartaria? They had these oversized bells. They were huge. They were the size of a home. And I believe it was because it was healing. It was vibrational healing. And they also gained from, they say, the ether and the water, and they had free energy. And so I'm learning all about vibrational healing. So what they have is whole body where you lay down, you sit or you stand, and a machine supports by a vibrating platform like this. So you stand on this and it vibrates and it heals your body. So there's also localized vibration therapy, and it's handheld where you hold onto these sticks. So if you had 2 sticks and it's attached to a machine, and you maybe put onto certain parts of your body, and when the vibrations are transmitted to your body, they cause your muscles to contract and relax. So certain types of vibrations may also cause your body to produce more osteoblasts, and these are cells that produce bone. So this is about healing us. I'm looking into ways for us to be healed, because a lot of us have undergone trauma and we have triggers, and there's other ways of healing, not only meditation, not only maybe through acupuncture or Reiki or energy healing, but also through these vibrational healing machines. So the direction and intensity of vibrations may determine how well vibration therapy works. So some machines produce only vertical vibrations, and others produce vibrations that go up and down, front and back and sideways, and up and down, mostly effective for producing rapid muscle contractions. Now, I find this to be interesting. You might not say, "Hey, Mary, I don't really want to hear about this," but I'm sharing that vibrational healing is going to be in our future. We've heard about, anyone who's joining us, I know you might have heard about med beds, and that's what med beds do. You lay down on this bed, and maybe you're in a little bit of a pod, and you lay there, and this vibration is healing your body because it's going to a certain vibration frequency that is going to be healing for you. So it's moving at a certain oscillation. So the benefits will increase bone density, increase muscle mass, improve circulation. This is where we're going, everyone. We are going to vibrational healing. We're going to these, either you standing on something like this person is standing on this vibrational healing platform, or you're going to be holding sticks or placing it on certain locations on your body so it's full or localized healing. It's going to reduce back pain, alleviate stress, boost metabolism. I like the increase of bone density. I like that. As we grow older, we need to increase our bone density. Now, Nikola Tesla, my favorite inventor, Nikola Tesla. He had an invention, and it was the mechanical oscillator that sent vibrations through the body at various frequencies. Now, he had his assistants try this. Nikola Tesla so they stepped on a platform, and the vibrations imparted, and the machines were transmitted to the body, and this strange sensation they experienced. And at first, they tried it, and it made them sick. But they continued to try it. He asked his assistants to try, and they did so, and they were mystified and pleased as himself. So Nikola Tesla, here's Nikola Tesla. He was an amazing inventor. And let me just show you a picture of Nikola Tesla, because I know, so you know who I'm referring to. I don't know if everyone knows who Nikola Tesla is. This is Nikola Tesla. And so this oscillation machine was treated for people with a variety of health problems, constipation to cardiovascular disease, injuries, infections, sleep disorders, hormonal imbalances. And so that's where we're going. This is going to be where we're going with this kind of invention that Nikola Tesla. Now, why don't we have that out there right now? Why don't we have this? Because all of these patents and all of this information was taken by the government. They took all of his inventions, and all of it was taken away. So we weren't healed. Now, what I've heard is there's something called a Rife machine. I don't know if you've heard about this. And it was created by Royal R. Rife, who was a microbiologist in the 1930s. And the Rife machine is a device, and you can find it. I looked in New York City. Hey, geez, Mom, thanks for joining us. Well, we have a whole bunch of people here today. Let's see. We have Angie from Georgia. We have Bob Harding, and he's from Iowa. We have, geez, Mom. Geez, Mom, where are you coming from? Do I even know where you're coming from, geez, Mom? I probably do. Geez, Mom, where are you coming from? Craig from the UK. Hey, Craig, thanks everyone. I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. You're coming, Jenny from Texas. Hey, Jenny. I love Texas. I lived in Texas for a while. I lived in Dallas, Texas. Personal story. I lived in Dallas, Texas. Well, actually, Irving, Texas, right next to Dallas. And it's a beautiful state. I love, love, love Texas. And Mad Marsh. Oh, yay. We have a whole lot of people here tonight. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining us. Mad Marsh, don't tell me. I know where you're from. Anyone who's trying, you guys are awesome that you're down unders here. I know from Pennsylvania. Thank you, everyone. You guys are awesome. Where's Tommy? Where's Thomas? Is he here tonight? I haven't heard from Thomas. Let's see. Mad Marsh. Don't tell me, Mad Marsh. Mad Marsh. Are you coming from Texas, Mad Marsh, as well? No, I don't think so. Where are you coming from? Where are you coming? Geez, Mom. You lived in Irving. Irving's a beautiful town. I loved how y'all tell. I remember they'd be speaking like this, and they'd say, y'all wearing tennis shoes, and that was sneakers. Tennis shoes. You lay on a pallet, which is really a blanket and a pillow. Oh, Ontario. Hey, Mad Marsh from CA Ontario, Canada. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so this Rife machine, it's pretty exciting. It's this device that delivers a low energy electromagnetic frequency to the body through the hands or feet. And I live close to Manhattan. I Googled it and I said, or DuckDuckGo, and I said, where can I get some of these? I want a vibrational healing machine. I want to go to this frequency, this Rife machine, because I have issues within me that I want healed. And I think it's the closest thing to a med bed. And I said, can I buy one of these? But some of these machines are $2,000. They're not easy to come upon. So I figured maybe I can get some treatment. It was $90 for some treatment. So I will tell you how it goes. So this Rife machine uses frequencies to produce mechanical resonance within human cells. And it may be capable of specific electromagnetic waves that kills bacteria or viruses without causing damage to surrounding tissues. The law of resonance, and it health benefits for very diseases and chronic issues. And I'm sharing this with you because we need to become aware of what's really out there. They're not sharing this. They're saying, take this pill. Take this pill. Or when we don't feel so good, what are we doing? Maybe we are we're self-medicating, or we're drinking, or we're doing drugs, or whatever it is, so that we can kind of get through the situation. But there's ways to heal. There's ways to heal. There's these vibrational healing machines or Rife machines. So look into it. Now, before we get on to the psychic phenomenon, because we're almost to an hour, I just want to share with you, I'm so grateful that you're all here, and we are a community of light. And the more that you like, or the more that you post what I'm doing, the more come on board with us, and more of us will join our community. And what is our community? It's not about me getting likes. It's about awareness and more awakened. And because we can change outcomes in our physical reality, and down with the matrix, down with the matrix. And the matrix is going down. There's some signs. And before I get on to divine intervention, I want to remind you of some issues that are coming up lately in the physical reality, and some events that are happening. And what are those events? Well, I'm hearing about Nazis lately and what's going on. Are there Nazis running things? Is that or the elite cabal? All of these in power. So the Nazis were the master race. They were National Socialism, political ideology, practices of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. This sounds so dark. I don't want to even talk about it. No, thank you. I want to cover my eyes. I don't want to hear about it. I'm just bringing awareness. That's all. And they wanted racial impurity. And this was in 1933. Hitler became Chancellor of Germany. So just be aware, they wanted a one-party state. We don't want any of that. And I also heard about, newsflash too, was over the weekend, there was this fire in Connecticut. Now, I live in New York, and there was this fire in Connecticut. And the fire was at a manufacturer. It was 100,000 hens died at this Connecticut farm, and there was a fire. So they burned these hens. So since 2019, there's been a lot of factories and manufacturing plants that have burned down. Coincidentally, what is that all about? And so I'm sharing that with you because I'm going to show you a list, how long the list is, which I was kind of surprised. So the list is this long, if you can see in through the camera. This is how many of these plants and factories have been burned down since 2019. That's quite a few. If you can see, that's a very long list. Now that's a little questionable. What's going on? Why are they blowing up or burning down? Are they trying to take control of our food? A lot of control going out there. Now, is this to evoke fear? No, it's just to bring awareness, because we are not going to be in fear. We're going to love and joy. We're going to do some psychic phenomenon. The other point, the third one, is about these biolabs in Ukraine. The 46 biolabs. Have you heard about those? And they're sending tanks and jets and weapons, and $100 billion. Billions of dollars have been sent to Ukraine. What's going on? Is that money being laundered? And what's going on with the 46 biolabs? Are they still in Ukraine? Anyone have a perspective? Hello, hello, hello. Anyone out there? Tap, tap, tap on the window. Tap, tap, tap. Are you there? Okay. Before we're going to talk about divine intervention and angels, and then we are going to go on to psychic phenomenon. So divine intervention. Here's an angel or a few angels. And what does it look like they're doing? They might be a vision of this woman's. Do you see the angels? Can you see that? The angels right here? Boop, boop, boop. There's three, Joan of Arc. She was visited by angels, and they gave her premonitions, and they told her, she had visions of angels. They told her about the future. Have you been contacted by angels? So divine intervention is a miracle or act of God, maybe from angels. Angels intervene and save you. Maybe they warn you of a crisis, or they whisper in your ear and they tell you, hey, look out, or why don't you do this, or why don't you do that? And they just give you a suggestion to maybe save you from a dire situation. It might not be as severe as a dire situation. I can tell you, though, personal experience, it was about 2000, I want to say, let me go back in my mind. It was maybe 2017 or 2016. I live near a four-way intersection. You might have heard this story from me before. And I was about to step off the street corner, and there was a sign blocking me, and there was a car speeding up, and I heard, don't step off the sidewalk onto the street. And I didn't. And literally a second later, this car came turning up and turned the corner and literally came that close to the curb, and they would have hit me, would have been a head on. I would have been gone. I wouldn't be here right now. And I heard, don't step off the sidewalk. And so I'm here. And I believe that was divine intervention. That's a personal story. So a miracle or act of God, maybe through angels, occurs when God becomes actively involved in changing some situation in human affairs. That's what divine intervention is. It's a miracle. God causes something to happen, or God prevents something from happening. Now, I believe truly that we've been undergoing a spiritual war between good and evil. And God has been becoming involved in our human affairs, sending angels, creating miracles here to save us. So an intervention comes in many forms, such as miracles or angels. Signs of divine intervention may be experiencing synchronicity, unexpected blessings. Do you feel blessed? I feel blessed. I'm here right now. I'm very blessed. I have so much to look forward to. I'm excited for today. I'm excited for tomorrow. So much good is coming. We're leaving our homes. We're going to hug each other. Peace on earth. We are all one. All of us are one. The law of one. So thinking of someone before they call, and guidance from the universe. Are you receiving guidance? Are you listening to any guidance that you're receiving? Have you tuned into your inner voice? Do you know? Do you know exactly where you're supposed to be right now and what you're supposed to be doing? Are you embarking on the journey with me to another timeline, to the fifth dimension, to peace on earth, heaven on earth? And that is where we are going. And I'm going to stay on my path. That is my journey. This is my purpose right here and right now, to be here. And that is why I'm doing this. What is your purpose? What is your journey? Do you know? Do you know your destiny? One surefire way of finding out is to write down a list of your 5 humongous goals, and you might just discover them. Or you have that inner voice that's telling you. A whisper in your ear you might hear. Maybe you have a dream tonight about it. Ask for the information to come, and it will. You might say, Mary, I'm going through so much, I can't really figure that out right now. So I'm going to say to you, let's get through whatever's bothering you. Let's come out of a depression if you have, a confusion that you have. Maybe you're feeling lost. We spoke about looping thoughts last night. Is it all too much for you? I feel that at times. If you turn on the mainstream media, it's crisis, crisis, crisis. Time, time, time. Get to the next thing. Rush, rush, rush. And you're like, I'm too tired to do anything else. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't figure it out yourself, no one cares. I'm telling you, no one out in the physical reality cares. I care. However, you have to listen. You have to figure it out. Some of it you have to do on your own. All right, so let's get into psychic phenomenon right now. I'm ready for psychic phenomenon. Are you? Have you been discovering more about yourself? Have you realized that you can predict the future? You can change outcomes. And how are you doing that? You're doing that through receiving impressions. You're doing that through challenging yourself, observing other people's energy and yours, tuning into your heart, knowing yourself more and more every day. So let's do this together. So we're going to relax ourselves. We're going to uncross our legs. Maybe you're going to lay down. Maybe you're going to be sitting up. And we're going to relax. We're just going to get right into it. We're going to get right into it today because we have hit the 1 hour mark and I've done enough speaking. So we're going to relax. Maybe you're going to tense up your body parts. You're going to let go. You're going to tense up. You're going to let go. Maybe you're going to move your neck around. You know, when we're sitting so still, we're looking at our phone, we're looking at our computer. You know, I don't know what you do at your job in the matrix. I don't know what you're doing throughout your day. But most of the time, we're kind of sitting still too much. We want to be more active, and we don't really have a chance to. I'm going to remind you to spend more time in nature, 5 to 15 minutes a day. Okay. So we're relaxing our body. We're letting out a breath. We're like a rag doll. I always say a rag doll. Oh, my right leg fell asleep. I don't know. Hey, Raymond, thanks for joining us from Thailand. All right, so we're relaxing our body. We're letting out a breath. We're going to take a deep breath in, maybe through your nose, through your mouth. You make the choice. We do it 3 times. We're really doing that to identify that it's very important, it's imperative that we remind ourselves to breathe. Sometimes when we're stressed, we hold our breath. We also are pausing our heart. We're putting too much stress on our heart. When we go into some low vibrations, anger, fear, pain, or sadness, we're putting too much stress on our heart. We want to come from patience. We want to take a step back. We want to tune into all of our clear senses, all of our senses, all of our emotions, all of our feelings. That's what we're accessing. We're pushing our thoughts away. We don't need to be thinking. We're letting go of any thoughts, any belief systems. We just want to tune into our senses because we can receive information. We can receive impressions, and maybe they come in the form of an image, a mental picture, a sound, a sensation, a flash. When you begin to do this, you're going to receive flashes of information, and they're going to be telling you what to be doing. Now, if you come in close proximity, you might start to receive information from those that are around you. Maybe a coworker, a family, a friend. You're standing online, some stranger, who knows? And guess what? It's kind of exciting. It's a little bit of a mystery. You're tumbling down the rabbit hole of information. So just enjoy it. At first, it's going to seem a little strange, but then you'll get used to it. All right, so we're dropping down into our senses. And we're going to tune into one of our clear senses, your clairvoyance. If you want to activate that, you want to imagine it's a portal, and you want to open it. I say the most important step to all of this is acceptance. So you're allowing it, you're surrendering it to it, and you're allowing it to happen. And then you'll get more information. So we're dropping down. We're having natural breathing. We're actually tuning into our breathing so we can receive more information. The more relaxed you are, the more information you're going to receive. We're making physical contact. We're saying anything is possible. We're letting go of any kind of doubt. We're saying, oh, I'm going to listen to Mary tonight. I'm going to believe I can do this. All right, so you're going to choose one of your clear senses, your hearing, your clairvoyance, maybe it's your claircognizance, your knowing, past, present, or future. You have a knowing within you that you receive this information. Maybe it's your clairsustenance, your feeling. Maybe it's your sense of touch. Maybe it's your sense of smell, your sense of taste. Okay, so you're going to drop down, you're accepting it, and I'm going to give a suggestion. And my suggestion to you tonight is, as soon as you tune into one of your clear senses, I'm tuning into my hearing. And my suggestion for you is to go to a past event. It was an event from your past. Now, maybe it was your birth. Maybe it was some exciting event. I want you to go, and my suggestion is to go to a past event that brought you joy. A past event that brought you joy. And I'm going to be quiet, and you're going to tune into one of your clear senses, one or two, and you're going to see what information, what impressions you receive. And then we're going to talk about it. There we go. So the suggestion is a past event that brought you joy. So you just ask yourself that, and then the information comes. Okay, so I don't know what you received. Right away, I went to this moment. It was a very exciting moment for me. This is a personal experience. And I had been auditioning, and I was chosen to be on a television show. And I was meeting the cast. And when you do these, Claire, these psychic phenomenon, you start to, when you tune into your senses, you start to receive information that your mind does not really remember. Maybe it's all from your feelings and your emotions. So I remembered moments of that day, and I remembered what people said and what I did, and it was brought me joy. I don't know what happened for you just now, if you received any impressions, any memories, any observations. Why am I doing this? I give these suggestions because when we can create joy and have a memory of joy, we can bring joy into our hearts, and we can bring joy into our futures, into our future. And it's actually a way to bring more light into your system, to raise your consciousness. And that's why I practice this. This is why I give these suggestions. So let's try one more before I go. Let's see. Okay, so let's close our eyes, and we're going to again relax and do some breathing. And we're going to tune into our breath. And again, I am going to make a suggestion that we are dropping down into our senses. We're surrendering to our senses. We're making physical contact. We have concentration and focus. We're pushing away any thoughts. And I'm going to make the suggestion to you right now. I'm going to make this suggestion to you, and you pick one of your clairsenses. I'm going to tune into my clairvoyance. So I'm going to keep my eyes open and see what I receive. And you decide. It's all personal. It's whatever you choose. You don't have to follow what I do. I'm going to make the suggestion. We're going to move into the future. We're going to choose tomorrow morning. And tomorrow morning, I'm making the suggestion. Tomorrow morning, you're going to, the moments that you're waking up, that you are going to see light within your system. In other words, before you open your eyes, you're going to see light, white light. And I'm making this suggestion, and I'd like you to imagine white light. And let's see what kind of impressions you receive for tomorrow morning when you, right, the moment before you wake up, you open your eyes. So I'm going to do it with my eyes open. Okay. I'm going to share with you that in 2015, I started studying to become a Reiki master. And the moment that I started studying to become a Reiki master, I started receiving visions when my eyes were closed before I woke up. And it was when I had my first, or my second, I guess, awakening. But this was, I guess, my final awakening. And the moment before I woke up, I would see light when my eyes were closed. And this suggestion, I'm hoping, will help you to achieve this as well. And do I have a picture to show you? I think everything just fell down. For example, here we go. Here's a photo right here. So here we go. See how light's passing through this being? So we're actually asking for light to come into our system from another source. Maybe it's from the heavens. Maybe it's cosmic. Maybe it's from our actual, our chakras, maybe it's from universal consciousness. I'm not quite sure. I don't have all the answers, but when we ask for it, usually we receive. And so that is why I asked you to do that tonight. Okay, everyone. So I want to thank you for joining us, and I'll be back again tomorrow night. And tonight we had conversations and topics about super AI, energy, vibrational healing, divine intervention, and we did some psychic phenomenon, and I'm spinning light, and you're in the middle of it, and you're making a wish. And I appreciate everyone. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll be back again tomorrow. And if you want to make any suggestions about topics, or you want to share anything, hey, Bob Hardy, sounds funny to even me, but squirrels and, what does it say? Deer decides to join me like an army. Hug, big hug. God bless everyone. Yes, good night, Mary. And I'm sending light and love to everyone, and I'm spinning light. I'm spinning light, and you're in the center of it. We're all getting to the light together, aren't we? And Elsa is here with us. Elsa's right here. Did you see Elsa, little puffy Elsa? She's getting that grooming this week, and I promise you she won't look like this next week. Okay, and I'm spinning the light, and you're in the center of it, and I'm sending it to you. Let me just imagine. Let me really focus right now on light. So I'm spinning light, and you're in the center of it. You're in the center, and you're making a wish. Make it a big wish. I don't know how everyone's doing this evening. I'm hoping good things. And we are going through that portal and we're getting to the other side. And good things are happening for us. And we're all reaching to a higher consciousness and a higher vibration. And we're hitting that fifth timeline, the 5D timeline, because we are the first timeline arrivals. And we are here at the beginning of the line. And we are helping others, humanity, to awaken. So everyone be well. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, Mary Amy Official. You can also find me on YouTube. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Bye.